Dave Davies is an iconic guitarist whose riffs are legendary. From back in the day on You Really Got Me, straight through today with both the Kinks and solo. Talking to us on the MBS Skype line from his home in London, the incredible Dave Davies. How many guitars do you actually have?
Well, nowadays I only use about. Well, only got about 6, but over the years, I collected them at one point, and I had about 30 at one time. But you can only play one at a time.
Well, that's true. By the way, I personally loved your Flying V.
Yeah, that was really nice. I had that for a long time, but I had an ex-wife that got rid of that for me. You know how it goes. Well, maybe you don't, but...
Well, no, I do, because, listen, actually, I have a plaintiff, too. We call my ex-wife the plaintiff.
Plaintiff.
So, yeah, the plaintiff. So listen. See, it just hit you.
But it's one of life's little tricks. Tricks of life.
It is. It's just a speed bump. So, when you recorded You Really Got Me, were you using a harmony?
Yeah, I had a guitar that my mum bought me. I was 15 or 14 when she bought the guitar. And it was a Harmony Meteor, and it was only a cheap guitar, but it was expensive for us. And I used that guitar as the main guitar, or the only guitar, through a funny little amp that was called an El Pico amp. And I shredded speakers with a razor blade. Got a track called Little Green Amp, which is about that, a new song, which is about that episode, about getting that guitar sound.
Was that Little Green Amp like a 1962 thing?
Yeah. I don't know what happened to it. I've seen a few since in pictures, but it wasn't very common, I don't think.
But it's incredible that you are using a harmony, because here in the States, many people, we ask everybody that question who comes on the show, they usually start with a silver tone, which is a Sears at department store. But don't tell me you had one of those.
No, but I used to like the way they looked. I never had one. No, I had a Harmony Meteor. And then when I made some money, I got a little bit of money, I got an Epiphone.
Yeah, now the Epiphones are great because they were Gibsons at one time.
Yeah, they were cheaper range of Gibsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
we're good.
We're always talk about this on this show because we have so many musicians, so many people listening to us. We have to get into the guitars. But now let's get to more of you. Who influenced you? Who were you listening to pre-Kinks days?
Oh well, everybody. But I used to, when I was a kid growing up, I used to listen to like Rick Nelson records or any record that had electric guitar on it. When I found out that James Burton used to play on Rick Nelson records, so I used to listen to all the. I liked his voice, of course, but it was the guitars that I was more interested in. And I was a big fan of the Ventures, and.
Nuki Edwards with the Ventures was great, wasn't he? Wasn't he tremendous?
What a great band. They were so underrated.
You know what? It's very rare that somebody actually says the Ventures. So you're one of the only people that actually alluded to the Ventures.
Ray and I listened to all the instrumentalists. And we liked, of course, Dwayne Eddy was like a big influence.
Now,
and then came the blues guys and Big Bill Brunsey and John Lee Hooker was amazing.
Oh, John Lee Hooker was absolutely tremendous. Yeah. I was recently in Liverpool, and of course I took the tour and I went to John Paul George's house. Okay, so here's my question: who's living in 6 Denmark Terrace right now?
I don't know, but it's still there.
Ow! Can you imagine somebody is living now? Now wait. You have to think about this. Of course, it's you and your brother, so you don't look at it the way we do. But somebody is living in the house where you and your brother worked on this music.
Yep.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's just regular people living in the house. I'm not even sure if they know where they're living. You know, I don't know if they know the history, but yeah, I was born in that house as well. So,
And how long did you live there?
until the Kinks and that, and I left home
Oh,
and got my own.
and somebody's living in that house, and they may not know who lived in that
It's
house? Are you
very
kidding?
possible. I'm not going to go by there and knock on the door.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you something. I'll be back in London in May, and I'm going to go up to the door and tell them myself.
Yeah, why just
I'm going to do that. Yeah, of course. I'm going to go up and say, do you know who lived in this house? Thanks to the wonder of television and hopefully royalties for you, we are reminded of how great the Kinks music is because we used to see every 5 seconds here on American TV a commercial that featured Picture Book. Oh, are you kidding?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So we're reminded, and that's an incredible song. But Lola, Victoria, are you kidding? You guys have had just
a lot of
a string of
material.
hits.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I can't remember it all. Key albums like low budget, and there's so many. Sleepwalker
But it's all different. Your music has always evolved and changed, and that's what made the Kinks such an amazing band.
when we were growing up, there was so much music in the house because that was our main, pastime, enjoyment, and we listened to everything from Perry Como to Elvis to Little Richard was a really big influence on all us 60s sort of rock bands.
And I'm sure
Heavily.
Chuck Berry had to be too.
Oh, Chuck Berry was the king, I think. I talk about Elvis, but I think Chuck Berry was really in that, started the whole culture off, I think, the modern rock culture. Because
Totally agree.
he wrote songs, he had a great voice, he had a great sense of humor, he was funny, great player, unique,
Yeah.
I think Chuck was the king of it all.
Now I'm going to test you a little bit. You've played around the world since 1964. You've never stopped. I mean, the Kinks may not be around anymore, but you've never stopped. You
That's
continue to
right, yeah.
produce albums and everything. So, what's the your favorite venue you've ever played?
Ah,
Do you have one?
so many.
I'm
Uh,
sure.
oh man, I don't know. You got me there. You really got me
Okay,
there, Mark.
I, I really got you. You
Yeah.
really got me. Yeah, I know. Okay, so look, it's in my handbook here as an interviewer. The Who are doing a Quadrophenia tour. I have to ask you, will we ever see a Kinks reunion?
I
It's in
don't
my
know.
handbook.
I don't know
Okay,
yet.
I have to ask,
You got to
but
ask, but I don't know. It's
but I
not
got to tell you,
it's not no and it's not yes.
okay. Honestly, that reunion would be a killer. But it's up to you and your brother, and
Yeah.
that would be just it would be amazing. Look what the Beach Boys are doing right now, and they're
Yeah.
fighting in between themselves. It's making the newspapers every day, and, and they just packed Royal Albert Hall. You couldn't get another person in there.
Too
So
funny.
yeah, so come on, go out on
Oh,
tour.
I
Look, you
don't
got
know.
to.
I don't
But
know,
any,
man. It's not up to
um,
me.
no, well, it would have to be up to you because if you didn't say yes, it would be just your brother going out. Oh, by the way, to my listeners, Ray Davies is Dave Davies' brother, and they're the Kinks. They've had other people come through the Kinks through the years, but from the beginning to the end, it was you two. There was never, I don't think there was ever a time that your brother went out as the Kinks. I think it was
Oh
always
no, of
with
course
you,
not.
Kinks.
The last
Yeah.
gig we did, well, the last album we did under the name The Kinks was Phobia in 94, 95. So, that was when Ray decided to do solo work. And of course, I've
What was
been
the last?
playing ever since.
What was the last place you played as the Kinks, though, live? Do
It
you
was
remember?
in Ireland, in Dublin. It was
Oh,
like a 3,000 seater theatre. So, we were finishing the tour. I'm sorry, it was Japan. What am I talking about? See, I
oh,
played someone. I'm getting punchy.
well, you've been talking to a lot of people all day today too. Um, um, but listen, when we're done, you can get yourself a Guinness and some Bubble and Squeak. I just had bubble and squeak.
It's great, isn't it? Do you like that?
I do. I like it as much as I like. Wait a minute. You also eat a hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage.
Yeah, Scotch egg.
Yeah, Scotch egg.
I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
why it's called Scotch, but I like bubble and squeak. And
Well, I do.
I like Guinness too.
Oh, well, when you come to the States, we'll go to the Irish pub here in Atlantic City, and you and I will do gin eye. That's what I call them because I do two at a time.
Good
So,
drink.
well, I think you're amazing. I think what you've brought to the table and how you've influenced music together with your brother and yourself is just incredible. You have made music better. And good music is good, but great music lives forever. That's where you are.
Oh,
And you've
thank
been
you,
ranked
man.
as one of the well, you've been ranked as one of the top guitar players in the world. You are. It's well deserved. I want to thank you for spending a few minutes on the Marc Berman Show.
Mark,
This is
great. It's
yeah,
I'll have to come back when I get my albums out.
I can't wait to have you on. We want to debut it here, at least
Yeah,
one of
that'd
the
be
places
great.
too.
We should do that.
So, listen, it's not a problem. We're going to do it immediately. We'll get in touch with John because I know
Yeah.
you talk to John all the time, and we'll put that together. This is Dave Davies on the Marc Berman Show.